Boogie, drop that beat.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Now, I had a chance to watch Mim's commentary, Make It Make Sense. He had pulled some documents from Melody and Martell custody case, and he was going over questions that he thought were questionable. And he put together a panel where people that were pro Melody and people that were anti Melody can come up on the panel and give their opinion. And he also had a lawyer on the panel that stated that the questions that he presented were actually valid questions that Melody should be held to answer. And me listening to the questions, I didn't think any of the questions were relevant to a custody case. They seemed more relevant to a divorce case, but not to a custody case. And it seems like, even though they said that the questions did not come from Martell, they came strictly from his lawyer, I'm going to call BS on that, only because I believe that even though the lawyer presented the questions to the court for Melody to answer, I believe the questions came through Martell. Martell wrote them questions down, handed them to his lawyer, and because his lawyer worked for him, he's obligated to do as, within reason to do, he's working for him. So he presented the questions on Martell's behalf. So yes, they came from the lawyer, but I believe they were Martell questions. He stated that he wanted, that the Eminem kids could no longer be filmed on social media or on the show. Well, we had already heard that when Martell did his interview with Quintessential. He stated that the kids would not be filmed anymore. But I believe that he stated that he didn't want the kids to be filmed anymore because when Melody showcased her and the kids on social media or on the show, it's always in a positive, good light. The kids seem happy and people are, quite pleased to see them. They're interacting with them. And, it's all in a positive light. When we see him showcasing himself with the kids, people are, it's cringeworthy, and people are always questioning, what is he doing? And, do he really know what he's doing? And we see the difference where, and I believe also, he doesn't want Melody to be seen in a positive light. He wants people to visualize only the narrative that he put out about her. So if the kids can be showcased on social media with her and on the show, then whatever he say, whatever narrative he put out, people be like, no, because I just seen them on the show and they act fine together. They interact well together. So if he could take that off the table and we only have him to listen to, and he painting it in a negative light, then he think people will be dumb enough to be like, oh yeah, you're right. But I believe that's one reason he doesn't want Melody to be showcased in a good light with the kids. And also he believed that Melody is making money off, the Eminem kids. And he feels as though if he can make money off the Eminem kids, then nobody should be making money off the Eminem kids. But there's a difference. She's not making money off the Eminem kids. She's making money for the Eminem kids. Sugar Mama has her own line, and she stated that she's setting her kids up to be successful. They are silent partners in their own business. The money is not for her, and that's the difference. He wants the kids to make money off of them. She's making money for them. So there's a difference. And he doesn't get that. He also asked for the name and address of all her businesses, her banks, credit unions. He wants access. She has to present her credit cards, all the names of her credit card institutions. He wants her to, write down all her names and passwords to all social media platforms. He's also asked her, has she ever been to jail? Has she threatened or hit him or the Eminem kids? And he's also wanted to know who she's been intimate with, who she's been seeing since their divorce. I'm like, wait a minute. None of these questions pertain to the Eminem kids. And I'm all, and they're stating, and this is the lawyer that was on the panel stated that these questions were probably came into play because Martell didn't have access to his kids, and he has a right to know where his kids are at all time and have access to them. And because Melody blocked him and didn't give him a phone number for over 30 days. But I'm like, but they have to know, take what Martell has done and take all of that into consideration. But she says Melody should have filed a police report. I didn't agree with that lawyer at all because I thought that she was really biased. And I'm just going to state my opinion. She was biased towards Martell. She was team Martell. Even though she kept saying she was team nobody, she was team the law. I believe that because you have to think about Melody has suffered the last part of her marriage, and she divorced him to get away with him, so she didn't have to be victim to this mess anymore. She doesn't have to answer to him, and yet he's finding another way to get his questions answered. And that's why God don't like ugly, and that's why it's costing him all that money. He got to pay a lawyer just to ask them questions. You could get them, but you probably can get them today, but you can shut a credit card down. Melody got enough money, she could pay them credit cards off and shut them down and open up some more. So you may think you have the stuff right now. That doesn't mean anything. All this stuff she can shut down and get some more. So you still not getting anywhere. And you still owe your lawyer thousands of dollars. So since Martell, since you want to ask questions, and the lawyer on the panel says that the questions are perfectly normal and legal, I got questions for you, Martell. Since you want to ask Melody some questions, I got questions for you. Martell, where do you work? Do you have a W-2? And I'm not talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're going to take that off the table. Where do you work? Where do you earn a paycheck from when you're not filming Love and Marriage Huntsville? And if Love and Marriage Huntsville was to end today, what will your income be? What does your W-2 form say? I need to know the addresses and phone number of all your baby mamas. Not just AC, but all the baby mamas. I need to know the names and birthday of all your kids. Not just the Eminem kids, but all your kids. You have to submit your bank statements too. Your check stubs. Matter of fact, just give us a whole credit report. We need access to your social media platforms, as well as your passwords, because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. We need to know who are you actually dating at this time? How many times a week do you go to Atlanta to be with Sheree? And if you're not with Sheree, who are you spending your time with? We don't really want to know. We don't really care. But since, like I say, since you're going to ask Melody, then we're going to, and you're trying to expose Melody, then, it's enough exposure to go around. So we need to know how many days a week do you spend at Ariane House and how many days a week are you in Atlanta? It's a valid question because we need to know where the Eminem kids gonna, they're gonna end up. What house are they gonna be at? Because you running between three houses that we know of, maybe four that it just came out. So it may be four houses now. So we need to know all the names and numbers of your current girlfriends. And we need to know exactly which one you're dating seriously. We need to know where's your psyche valve? Because you have got to be crazy to keep on trying to put Melody through all of this mess. So we're just going to ask, how many psyche valves have you had? And we need you to submit all of the psyche valves that you've had. We need all of them submitted to the court. Yep, we got to go over each and every last one of them. We have to compare them. Since the lawyer said that all this stuff was valid, then we're going to throw us some questions in there as well that we feel are valid. And, just for kicks and giggles, we want to know, since we in a court of law and you can be held in contempt for not answering, we want to know if we don't think it was 20 women that Marcel messed with, but we want to know, were you playing, and what is the exact number and the name and the address of Martell mistresses? You're in a court of law. And like the lawyer said, all questions are legal and valid. And you're obligated to answer. So since you have all these crazy, irrelevant questions for Melody, I just thought that, I'll give you some too. Everybody can, get held to the fire. And can you, just like your lawyer can examine Melody and ask her all these irrelevant questions that the court seem to think are valid. And I have some questions for you that I feel as though are valid. You may feel as though they're irrelevant, but I feel as though they're valid. These are questions that many have wanted to know. See how this works, Martell? This can go both ways. You don't want to answer none? I didn't think so. But anyway, we're really gonna need them psyche valves. All of them. Not just the ones that was fudged. We're gonna need all of them. But anyway, I'm just talking out loud, just stating my opinion. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.